Well, here is Rick Taskey, president of Standard General Edmonton. He's doing one of his Gatorade tours to each job site to show his appreciation to the worker bees. Rick is now retired and we're going to miss the Gatorade tours. It's Vern Kyle here, and today we're bringing in some 20 mil gravel. One of the things you need to do as a grader operator is make sure that the trucks have a more or less level spot to dump. Now here, Logan has stopped the truck in an area where I have deliberately created a level spot for the truck to hoist on. I'm going to show you here as he hoists. I'm going to, you will watch the gravel as it lunges backwards. It keeps on coming up, and once that gravel slides toward the tailgate, then especially that top piece, once that top piece of gravel slides, then there's not much risk of him rolling anymore. The risk is greatly reduced. See, now he's sitting on about 6% slope, but his box is empty, so he's okay. There, I just wanted to speed things up there a little bit so you don't fall asleep on me. Well, that was Sook, and he did a pretty nice dump. He's been hauling gravel to us just about as long as I've been running grader. It's important to communicate with these truckers so that they know what you want. And I usually ask them to dump about a foot thick or 300 mils thick. And that works out pretty good usually. Now I can see Kelly coming in with a load, and I'm about to make him a level spot to hoist on. Now, I usually do this with a back blade because I'm usually facing the trucks when they're dumping. And I try to make it obvious to the dumper and the trucker where to stop. Kelly overshoots here a little bit, so I asked him to back up.
Back him up to where you're standing there, please. That'll be level for him.
Yeah, 10 for you, Vern. I got him.
Thank you, James. You see, if you miss the spot just by a few meters, it can make a difference between a safe dump and a not so safe dump.
Four loads and then cut. But you took 3. Okay. Now I changed my mind.
And here I am making a level spot for the next truck to dump. Like I said, I try to make it obvious for both the trucker and the person dumping where the spot is to hoist. Now, there is some fills on top of this mono berm. So I'm creating a windrow so that I can take it over and put in these fills on top of this berm. When you're doing this, you got to be careful you don't hit the wick drain because it is down there in the gutter. You see, we may have dumped the gravel in the middle of the street, but 80% of it ended up around the perimeter of the job, because what we're doing right now is we're preparing for concrete. We're preparing for the curbs. So I'm just feathering this gravel out, holding on about 2%. And speaking of concrete, in the next clip I'm going to talk to a couple of form setters.
Especially for this kind of work,
Yeah.
where you can just start with something here and just go up there and see the whole thing.
Yeah.
It makes for a nice view, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, you took a video of me swinging the hammer too there, Vern. This is what happened. You don't stay in school.
Hey, so tell me exactly how you went about this again. It's like you say you
get your stations here,
yeah.
and you pull, you reach back in the station, and you try to find exactly where your center is. Your center is that little hub right there.
Yeah.
And then you pull your alignment from that center, and you get your whole radius around the whole bench here.
Yeah.
And then you just gotta grade it, build all the shitty wood for it. And I come in and I smash these pins in the ground.
So this is Chris Persina. How long have you been doing these forms?
10 years.
10 years, eh? Yeah.
And this is traffic circle number 25.
Yeah, no kidding. Thanks,
And
Chris.
then right after this traffic circle, you get an island.
Yeah, right.
It's called Pork Chop.
Yeah. Now, Chris's co-worker there goes by the name of Fernando. And originally he's from Mexico. The Mexicans take great pride in their concrete and masonry work. You see, the Guamaco can pour the majority of the curb, but this particular one is more or less a specialty curb. It's referred to as an augmented curb. You see, the header on the back of it is extra wide. The type of wood here used is pine, because it has a tendency to bend to the contour a little easier. Notice the wire that's running between the pins, and that's to hold the forms from bulging out when they pour concrete in there. There's a huge high point on this circle. There's probably 2 meters difference in elevation between the high point and the low point. I want to back the camera up here a little bit to give you a broader view of the whole thing. On this particular job, there's probably about 5 different types of curb. There's straight face mono, there's rolled mono, there's straight face curb, there's a rolled curb, and then there's this specialty augmented curb. It can be a grade man's nightmare, because you have to remember where all these curbs begin and end and where they transition. This is a very high-end neighborhood, probably $2 million homes in here eventually. I hope you found this video useful, and we will see you next time.